Australian film, television, radio, school. I'm having a fabulous time. It's amazing.
YouTube has become the world's biggest television broadcaster.
I recently got an invite from YouTube. I was invited to Sydney to attend a video production workshop. The workshop was held at AFTRS, which is the Australian Film, Television and Radio School. There was an incredible assortment of YouTubers. There were channels that I'd never even heard of. A fashion channel, a drawing channel, educational science and chemistry tutorials. There was a Thomas the Tank Engine parody channel, electronic equipment, reviewing and unboxing, an electric bicycle channel, sci-fi gamers. There was a camera lens vlogger. I met a chap with a cultural channel, and there was a travel vlogger. And I met a mum and daughter with a dance channel. The morning session was with an experienced cameraman. We covered everything from smartphones to high-end broadcast cameras.
A bit of a shoot for Robbie Williams, who's a singer in the UK. I think he's pretty well known here. He did a tour actually, a stadium tour, and James was doing the whole tour. But he asked me if I'd come and do a couple of dates with him at Wembley because it was a really big show. We were using large sensor camcorders, and they're important because the larger the sensor, the shallower you can make your depth of field, and therefore you can throw your background out of focus and make it look really creamy and milky. With traditional older cameras and phones to a degree, they've got very, very small sensors, and I think you probably touched on this morning, but the smaller the sensor, everything seems to be in focus. The bigger the sensor, you can control what's in focus, and that really helps focus your audience in on the part of the scene that's important.
We had a go at storyboarding.
And it's just about thinking, okay, if I was going to film that, what would I do? And then trying to pre-visualize that and then put it into some form of sketch or image on paper with a couple of lines of instructions, and that will help you to articulate that to a camera person.
Mostly this part will be it'll be darker towards the edges, so you've almost got like a kind of natural vignette from the light show.
This is my storyboard. We're going to make a pumpkin head zooming in on the eyes. We've got some kids messing around, and we'll go wide angle with them moving around. They're going to make a witch's hat with lots of sparkles and some tight focus. Then we're going to make a ghost costume, so we'll cut out the eyes so their eyes appear. Then we'll go trick-or-treating, collecting all the goods, and then we'll finish with a tight shot on all the money, the sweets and the candies that they've collected. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Throughout the day, we were able to ask questions where people actually knew the answers.
It just means that if you're sitting in one position, the lighting is going to be off on the other half of either it's going to be at the back, it's going to be really dark, and so it looks
and
very...
is the sun direct light coming in the window?
Yeah, the sun kind of goes that way, the window's this way, the sun goes across that way. Yeah.
So sometimes just hanging a sheet up
Yeah.
will soften the light down. But look, I think Deb will probably take you through that in much more detail.
The school really is a fabulous mix of studio and university.
You know how the thing just starts really bad on like the shows you used to watch as a kid? Yes.
That look a bit better?
Yeah.
Yep. Like this, right? Now, anyone seen like Hitchcock stuff? The small one? Yeah, I think you
Where else do you get to play with toys like this?
Hi, I'm Dan Lenny. I'm a video producer and a business coach, and I've been speaking here at a YouTube event in Sydney. And for my money, YouTube has become the world's biggest television broadcaster. But what's exciting is that there's no restrictions on what you can create. There's no advertisers dictating what you can and can't talk about. And for me, YouTube is going to overtake broadcast television if it's not already done so. I spend probably 2 hours a day consuming YouTube content. I watch channels that I love, I watch specialist interests that I love, and there's an almost infinite amount of incredible content at my disposal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to say a big thanks to Dev and Lenny, who put on a fabulous day, and YouTube for inviting me.